Hey, scrappers and recyclers, it's Shark Scrapper. I just brought in a load that was almost all laptops. Now, with this particular client, I pay them, so I have to separate the laptops. I don't separate them to as fine a detail as you would if you were selling to boardsort.com. For me, it's basically whole PC or laptop in this case, or a partial laptop. And then I go through, after I've weighed out to pay this client, then I go through and I separate for sale to boardsort.com. Now, these are the partial laptops. These are not even real partial laptops. I mean, these are like pieces of laptops. So I need to go through these and figure out what has a good screen, a bad screen, and what state I'm going to leave them in. Sometimes all they're missing is a battery, and I might be able to replace the battery and make it a whole laptop, which gets me more money. Come on, let's dive in and see how this is going to play out. Alrighty, now we've got some laptops here that I brought over from the partials, and we're going to figure out what condition they're in for selling. Wow, that one is okay. Let's get this clip off of there. I can put that to use somewhere else. Screen is just barely hanging on here, but the screen is not broken. The battery is still in place. So we can go with a partial laptop good screen for board sort. Battery is missing. I don't believe I have one like that. This is a Toshiba. Screen is good. So I'm going to put this in a pile that is essentially the partial laptops with missing batteries. And I brought over the batteries that were loose in that load of laptops, thinking that maybe they just fell off of the PCs. You know, sometimes that happens. But if I can't find it there, then I might have some in my batteries that are waiting to be dealt with. Now, I do not play the game of depopulating these PCs when I'm selling them to board sort. Generally speaking, that's loose. I'm just curious here. But a partial PC is a partial PC, so we'll go ahead and get this RAM out of here. I'm not going to go through and do a lot of scavenging. I mean, it's one thing to maybe grab the RAM, because that's usually pretty easy. But it takes the time to dig through everything else, and it's really not worth the effort. All right, that one needs a battery. Here, screen is good. We need a battery. Almost the right one. All right, well, we'll see what we come up with there. What is this RAM anyway? Let's see, 2 gig. Really nothing to get terribly excited about. PC, 2 gigabyte, PC 2, yeah, that's nothing. Just to be clear, if I remove the RAM, whether I find a battery that fits that laptop or not, it's a partial laptop because I removed the RAM. So if I then find a battery for it, I'm going to stick the RAM back in so that it is a legitimate, complete laptop. La, la, la. Okay, so we have another case of, all right, screen is okay. So, yeah, we'll see if I can match some batteries up there. So this one has the battery in it. Screen is in good condition. That'll just get sold like that. Oh, well, this is interesting. So, yeah, this happens frequently with this particular client because his folks, they don't spend a lot of time trying to go through stuff. If somebody comes in with a big stack of laptops, it just all gets thrown in with the laptops. They know that I'll be sorting it out. I don't know what they pay. So, in this case, it just makes more sense to remove the laptop motherboard. And we'll get this wire off of here. This is the wires for the speakers. That's just number 3 insulated. And in this case, this frame is plastic. So let's get this metal. This was a slot for, I think, the hard drive. We'll just pull you out of there. Now that's just plastic trash because I do not have a recycler, unfortunately, for the plastic. Get the screws rounded up. This little board here is, I'm just going to throw that in with my low and mid-grade mix. All right, we have a fan, heatsink. That was the chip, main chip for the motherboard. I will separate this copper and aluminum, and then this fan will go into shred for me because my local yard does not buy PC fans as PC fans. Unfortunate, but such is life. And let's see, we have a little flash card here, Verizon 4G. Set that over there. And put that little piece of wire over there. I was looking for the Wi-Fi card, but it must have already come off. Or it's well integrated into the board and I don't see it. Yeah, it may have already come off. All right, so laptop motherboard. And there's pretty good price for laptop motherboards. Now they don't weigh much, so you gotta get quite a few of them put together. But it's still it's a good price. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some more. Well, the screen is not destroyed, but somebody took the motherboard out already. Oh man. Well, isn't that a crack up? All right, so we're going to put the floppy drive in with the shred. I'm going to get this little piece of metal off of here. And we got some wire. And that's going to be a gold connector in there with a little bit of number 3 insulated. And there's the faintest of gold there, so set that aside. We have another very small board here. That'll go in with my mid-grade, low-grade, mid-grade box. I got a buyer that's doing pretty good, paying pretty well for mixed low and mid grades. These were the Wi-Fi wires, but that part is, these little caps are usually gold. In this case, they're not. So that's just going with my number 3 insulated. All right, and we have a little bit of wire here still. You know, at this stage, this is just a junk. I can't throw it in the shred. There's no metal here, so this unfortunately is just trash. I got no place to put it. And we have some gold connector ends here. Some number 3 insulated. Trash. This little strip of board is going to go in with my low mid grades. You can see that that's just copper on there. And this is the mouse pad board. Here's the mouse pad. Those are normally just glued down. I know the gold recovery people have said that they do pretty well with the mouse pads or the track pads. Man, this one is really in here. It's just tearing up when I'm trying to get it out. There we go. So that's glue. Gets things all goobered up. That is an IC. So I can put that in with my peripheral high grades. Or I could set it aside for my eventual gold recovery. I think I'm just going to put it in with my peripheral high grades though. And I'll probably get some people yelling at me about that. My viewers who want me to get into gold recovery, they get upset with me when I get rid of stuff that could be used for gold recovery. All right. I'm not going to go after the brass knurls, the little screw things. That's just trash. Keyboard actually has a metal backing on it. This Mylar is not, I'm not going to bother trying to separate that for silver recovery. I'm just throwing that in with the shred. Screen is in good condition. We're missing a battery. We found the battery. So this is a whole laptop now. Yeah, that will go in with the whole laptops. Yay! Compact. Screen is in good shape. Compact Presario 3000. Missing a battery. Not going to be one of those, but I'll put this in the pile to check to see if I have any batteries for it. Toshiba. Screen's in good condition. Missing battery. It's none of those. But I will check to see, because I have, as you might imagine, I end up with a bunch of batteries. Now this thing's in bad shape. The screen is not broken. It's not cracked or anything. It's not well connected, but Nona Moha, Hawaii. Ah, interesting. Somebody was Hawaiian. So yeah, we can put this in with the partial laptops. Got the battery in place. Screen is okay. I will pull the RAM since it's already open. And there's the Wi-Fi card. We can get to that real quick. And there you can see what I mean about the gold ends on those Wi-Fi card wires. These gold-fingered Wi-Fis are a specific category at boardsort.com. All right. Screen is good. Battery's in place. Somebody already did a little bit of scavenging. Missing a battery. Let's see. Do I have the battery? What do you know? There's the battery. Yeah, so this is now complete laptop. Battery is closed up. What are you doing in here? You're in good condition. Lose weight. All right, I will. Challenge, problem, tighten the screws, explosion, further complication. I don't know what in the world that was all about. I don't know. Anyway, this one slipped through the cracks. There's no reason why this one should have been in the partial laptops. Must have got going too fast when I was sorting. Screen is in good condition. Battery, nope. All right, so we'll put you in the category to check for batteries. You're missing the hard drive. Battery's in place. That was where a flash card went in. Check the screen. Screen's in good condition. All right, partial. Yeah, I don't think I know I don't have a battery for this. I would recognize that battery for sure. Partial. There we are. Screen's in good shape. Missing a battery. Yeah, so I'm sure that what happened was this battery just came out while it was in the box. That happened. So now we have a complete laptop. Here's another trick that you can use so you can get the best value for your scrap laptops. These are 2 HPs. This one is going to be a partial laptop no matter what I do. This one, I'm just missing the battery. So because they're both HPs, very good chance the battery will move from one to the other. there we go. Now, this is a complete laptop, which pays a lot more money than a partial laptop. It plays to be sneaky sometimes. Get a break, don't. Anyway. So, you know, sometimes you just got to do a little intelligent swapping to maximize the value of your scrap. So as a matter of routine course, I do not bother breaking laptops down to go after the motherboards. But because this one client of mine will put all things that look like a laptop, regardless of their condition, in the same bin, I frequently get loose laptop motherboards, or I get laptops that are so destroyed that the only thing that I can do is take the motherboard out of it, as you saw. Normally, I just ship the laptops to board sort according to board sort's category, which is essentially complete laptop, partial laptop, with the screens are either good or broken. So that's kind of where that goes down. It's actually a pretty quick turn for me, and you know, I don't really do much to them. You, of course, will need to figure out whether or not it's worth your time to do that, or to just ship them off to your local buyer or to board sort. All right, everybody, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and check out the videos that are popping up on either side of my head, and the big round thing up there, that's to help you to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode of Shark Scrapper. We'll see y'all on the next one. Be safe.